Hello everyone, we hope you're doing beautifully well. Today's valued viewer request is from a not so valued viewer, but a viewer nonetheless. New from Tom Law. If you want to know how ineffective naval gunfire can be, you should simulate Operation Nimble Archer that took place about a year before this. That is Operation. So this was a comment on the Operation Praying Mantis, which is action in the 80s in the Persian Gulf due to Iranian pressure on and attacks on neutral shipping in the Gulf. I missed Praying Mantis by well over a year. None of my old ships were involved anyway. I missed Nimble Archer by about 6 months, but had just left the USS Hoel, DDG, so Guided Missile Destroyer, I think, 13. When I visited with them after the operation, they had some cook's photos, like all of the paint cooked off the 5-inch gun barrels because they got so hot from the hundreds of rounds that they pumped out. How interesting. Operation Nimble Archer was the 19th of October 1987 attack on 2 Iranian oil platforms in the Persian Gulf by the United States Navy forces. The attack was a response to Iranian missile attack 3 days earlier on MV Sea Isle City. I remember Sea Isle City. A reflagged Kuwaiti oil tanker at anchor off Kuwait. The action occurred during Operation Earnest Will, the effort to protect Kuwaiti shipping amid the Iran-Iraq war. Okay, we better quickly explain this for people that don't know this. It's something I've read a few books on now. So, in the 80s, we had the Iran-Iraq war. Iraq had the better gear because they were being supplied by the Soviets. Iran had gone politically crazy. They'd become isolationists, and so didn't have anything apart from some old Tomcats and some F-4s, and that was about it. So they were going to lose the war because they didn't have the gear. So what they did is decided, okay, well, the only way we can win this war is to cut off Iraq's gold supply, money supply. So what they did was they started destroying the shipping that came out from Iraq or from Kuwait for Iraqi oil out of the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Oman, and attacked all that shipping, whether it was Kuwaiti tankers or Iraqi tankers or anything, American tankers. They just blew everything up. And then that obviously got the United States in, and they came in and policed the Persian Gulf. So, like I said, that's why we have this Persian Gulf map. Iran subsequently filed a lawsuit against the United States for reparations at the International Court of Justice. The court ruled by 14 votes to 2 that the retaliatory attacks by the US Navy against certain Iranian oil platforms in the Persian Gulf in 1987 and 1988 constituted so 1988 was the Praying Mantis, I think, constituted an unlawful use of force but did not violate the 1955 commercial treaty between the US and Iran. On 16th of October, Sea Isle City was in Kuwaiti waters, so loading or being unloaded, waiting to be loaded. It had been escorted there by US warships, and this is Earnest Will. Earnest Will was the Americans escorting and sometimes hiding Kuwaiti-bound tankers, but was not under their protection at the time. An Iranian Silkworm missile, look, as you can see a picture there, great picture, launched from an Iranian-occupied Al-Faw Peninsula, hit the ship's wheelhouse. What's a wheelhouse? Is it the bridge? And cruise quarters, blinding its master, Roger, a US citizen, and wounding 18 crew members. They are big missiles, by the way. The damage to the ship would take 4 months to repair. In retaliation, US officials decided to attack 2 platforms in the Rashada oil field, named Rostam oil field, before 1979. Having been damaged by Iraq a year earlier, the platforms were not producing oil, but they had been used by Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps for military purposes. Oh, how interesting. I didn't know that. 20 minutes before the Surface Action Group opened fire, USS Thatch radioed to the platforms, telling the crews to abandon them. At 2 p.m., 4 US, that's very good of them, US destroyers opened fire. Hoel, so that's Laws, Leftwich, Kidd, and John Young. The one platform was boarded by US Special Forces, who recovered teletype messages and other documents, then planted explosives to destroy the platform. Air cover was provided by the cruisers USS Long Beach. Wow, that's a funny looking cruiser. USS Gridley, William H. Stanley, 2 F-14 Tomcats, that's us today, fighters, and an E-2 Hawkeye from USS Ranger, which I'm guessing is a CV. The high explosive shells did negligible blast damage to the steel lattice platforms, but eventually set them ablaze. Fire enough high explosives and everything's going to burn in the end. The US official said the platform were being used by Iranian forces as command and control posts with radars to track shipping in the area and communications gear to relay messages between the mainland and Iranian forces operating near the platforms. Right, so there were basically spies, if you like, on the platforms, finding the shipping and then sending orders to the Phantoms and the Silkworms. USS Defense Secretary Weinberger, nice name, said Iran used the facility to launch small boat attacks. Okay, so this could have been the Boghammers or something against non-belligerent shipping, so neutral shipping. The US President Reagan, oh, don't mess with Reagan, called the operation an appropriate and proportional, response to the Silkworm strike. When asked by reporters if the situation constituted a state of war, Reagan replied, "No, but we're not going to have a war with Iran. They're not that stupid." God, this sounds so familiar. Like, how many years later, Ossie? 40 years later, nearly. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Literally the same belligerence, the same thing, the same wording, the same everything.
It's a cycle.
Yeah, it really is. Right, well, there you go, guys. Let's go and do it. Okay, valued viewers, welcome to Operation Nimble Archer. We are just getting ready for it now. Oh my goodness, the Silkworms are aiming at a neutral shipping going to Kuwait, a reflag neutral shipping. I hope they don't fire and start 40 years of conflict. Ah! Look on F6. They're 10. These are the Styx missiles, I'll see, from the 60s. I've been reading about the Egyptians fired Styx. First Styx that were fired were Egyptian Styx at Israeli frigate or destroyer, I forgot, and they sunk it. I blew it in half. Look at me learning things with my brain, Aussie. Is that going to miss? Is it going to miss? No, it's not, thank God. That would have been a Bogachev code moment. No, don't hit the neutral shipping. It hit him in the wheelhouse, RC. The wheelhouse. And we've got a blinded man and 18 wounded men. Send up the jets. Get my aeroplane ready. Look at my cool skin. Okay, RC, they've just damaged/sunk a Kuwaiti tanker. How do you feel about that? RC feels terrible about that. Terrible about the man's family who's been blinded. Spool up. And salute. Right, let's go and fire on these goddamn oil rigs. We're using, instead of destroyers today, we're using frigates because we don't have any period accurate destroyers. We've only got Aegis destroyers, which are just completely inaccurate for the time period. These Oliver Hauser Perry are accurate for the time period. Whoops, don't crash, Cat.
Where are you going?
How embarrassing for me.
There is a friendly Tomcat. 6
right.
o'clock row, 1 mile.
We've got to go and find, you need to lead and find the oil rigs, I see, because I have to be down to find out where they are. The destroyer, de facto destroyer's guns are aiming, so we're about to get poo-poo.
They're right there. They're right there.
How far? No joy.
They're in front of us.
For once, you can see something that I can't. What the hell? Oh, I can see them. Right, we're here. Okay, RC, we're not allowed to bomb them. We're here as air cover, so just cover the air, I suppose.
We have bombs and rockets.
That is not Nimble Archer. Nimble Archer is the frigates do the killing, or the destroyers. Did you not read?
Okay.
Oh, look, explosions! They're firing! Yeah, well, you should have just listened then. When I was reading it out. You were looking at your silly house again, weren't you? Sweet, every time I get back in the cockpit, I've lost tally on the goddamn oil rigs. This is Supercap calling oil rig 1 and 2. We know that you have belligerents on there. You have spies on there. Oh, that was an explosion. The frigates are starting up, I think. I think they're just ranging shots, Arthur. You have 20 minutes to get off before we launch a assault on you with our high explosive shells that probably won't do any damage, but we'll see.
Miss.
Miss.
We'll launch salt at you.
Well, we'll rust them. Like it did with my car. They're just firing like one shot every minute. That's so stupid.
Yeah, and not even hitting him.
Oh, there we go. Destroyer number 2 is firing like... You're seeing that stuff? Impacts are coming in.
Very nimble.
They're not very nimble, are they? I can say, look how long it takes the bullets to get there. The whole task force is right there.
Circling.
I'm Supercat. Look at those bullets go out. Pew, 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 pew.
Turn your autopilot on.
I don't want to. Oh, look, here they come. Wow.
There we go.
Bear in mind they're radar guided. How terribly inaccurate are they? Have you noticed that about naval gunnery?
I guess that's the whole point, right?
Even naval destroyers, Aegis destroyers are horrendously inaccurate when you start using a gun. Plus or minus 1 mile, please. Oh, 1 hit. We got a tiny hit. So this seems to be the ethos of what Law was talking about, in that naval gunnery is just crap. Yeah, I meant to put 4 in, but I've accidentally put 2 in because I'm an idiot and a terrible map maker. Each are firing 100 shells, 100 100mm shells. So there's 200 100mm shells are going out, I believe, if I've done it right, and I think I have. It's a massive target. How do you miss that, RC? They just don't work. Oh yeah, Destroyer 1's pumping out now. Yeah, I'm gonna go do something stupid for science. For science and beyond, can an aircraft be hit by naval gunfire? Yeah, loads of hits I see on it now. It doesn't have a health bar, so I've got no way of knowing how damaged it is. Let's see if I can get blown up, RC. No, the bullets are whizzing past me at Mach, God knows whatever. Loads of hits on it. Loads of hits on it.
Sitting in a helicopter on there and see if you get blown up.
You would, I guarantee it.
Yeah. I don't see any hits on it.
No, it's just silly. But you do have old man eyes. You've admitted that before, RC.
No, I can see it. Clear as day.
I think it's got about a dozen hits on it already. And it does approximately 0 damage. Because it's a friggin' oil rig made of steel.
Oh, okay. I thought you were seeing damage on it.
No.
Yeah, I've seen it get hit. I just don't see the smoke ring.
That's it, 100 shells. So that's 200 times 100mm shells and absolutely 0 damage as far as we can tell. Okay, RC, you are now allowed to attack because Nimble Archer was completely useless. Heading out for a rocket run. I should have put some more destroyers in. Man, I love F-14. I don't suppose you know which one you're going for?
The left one.
Oh! Sweet. I'll make sure I do the other one.
Does that mean anything to you?
Yes. Yes, it means everything. Don't worry, because I can't fight. Oh, it's a goddamn trigger.
Hope we went for the same.
Yes, because that's how we work, RC. We're just useless. God damn it, how many Zunias does it take to kill a goddamn thing?
And coming around.
Tomcat. 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 Oh, Winchester, pop my bombs. Ah, don't crash. There we go. Right, okay, let's go to bombs, valued viewers. I'm going around for Mark 84s, RC. This can't kill it. Norton can. Maybe we'll have to ram the USS Theodore Roosevelt into it. Flank speed, the unknown flank speed, because no one knows how fast a nuclear reactor carrier can actually go.
The one you just went for?
It's the one that's under the sun, RC.
It's the one near the building.
Near the boats, near the country. The one that's nearer the country, go for that one.
Is it the one you've already rocketed?
No, I'm going for the one that I've not rocketed, RC.
Okay, then I'm...
Get ready, because here it comes, baby. A soup cap is... Oh, sweet, I dropped my gun. Oh, God, why is this so stressful?
You dropped your gun?
Why do they make it so hard to fly things in DCS? Oh, on this plane, you press this button, but on this plane, you press this button, but on this plane, you press this button. Makes me feel bad about myself. Right, use them only against RC. And drop. Okay, baby, do you have a girlfriend in Persian Gulf? Because this is going to hurt. Boom! Double whammy, RC. Still no good. Right, fine. Going to play hardball, are you? RC, it appears they're playing hardball. Sugar, how do I fire a Phoenix? I can't remember. I can't. Okay, scratch it. We're going to guns. Get some, baby. Baby! Kinematic! The power of kinematics, RC! Get some in the face! God damn it, why are these things so tough? How hard could it be to set a friggin' tower full of oil on fire? And 200 rounds of naval fire, don't forget. From literally
that oil on there is not very flammable.
No, exactly, that's what I thought. From the point-blank ships, don't forget about that. And a battle fleet of F-14s.
Yeah, put a Sidewinder in.
Get in. Make sure you use your face as well. Oh. Sweet! Only RC could miss a giant friggin'... God damn it, how hard is it? Alright. Well, as Tom Law said, if you want to know the uselessness of naval gunfire, just look at what was it? Nimble Archer.
Nimble
Hope you enjoyed that, and see you later.